Hey guys, welcome back. As you can tell, today's video is going to be another first impressions update. If you are new to my channel, basically every 6 foundations that I have tested out, I do one of these update videos just to kind of fill you in, give you my more long-term thoughts after the first impressions. Sometimes that means I returned it, sometimes it's a new holy grail, and as you can tell, this is part 6, which is just kind of insane. I will link parts 1 through 5 in the description bar down below as well. And as always, everything else you will need to know will be in the description bar as well. So I will link the first impressions for these foundations, the product itself if you guys want to check it out, and then I will also list the shade that I tested out in my first impressions if you are curious what shade I used, and I also include a little note about how that shade worked for me. I know there are a lot of people on my channel who are subscribed to me solely for my foundation reviews. If you are one of those people, I would really appreciate it if you would check out some of my other videos on my channel. I do put the same attention to detail and the same effort and everything into all of the reviews I do, so I think if you do like my first impressions on foundations, you will like my other videos as well. One last thing, I do have a huge giveaway coming up when I hit 100,000 subscribers, and we are less than 1,000 away now, which is insane, so be sure to subscribe. But I like to keep these videos pretty short, so let's jump into it. So the last foundation we left off at was the Vichy Teint Ideal foundation. I liked this well enough in my first impressions. I believe I actually said I would continue to use this a little bit and everything, but I haven't actually worn it since. It didn't wear that well on my skin. I had a lot of issues with it fading and like breaking down in areas, and I did try this shortly after I finished Accutane, so it was when my skin was still more on the dry side, and my skin has only been getting oilier and oilier since, so if it didn't hold up that well at that point, I don't see it working that well for me now that my skin is oily again. I feel like it's not going to wear that well. I will try and break this out again one day this summer just to see if I like it, but if I try it out again and I'm still kind of iffy on it, or if I get to the end of the summer and I just haven't reached for it, I'm going to be donating this one. Next up we have the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth Foundation. This is one I did already donate. I don't know what it is. Maybelline foundations just do not work for me, which really sucks because they are so popular at the drugstore, but they're just never that flattering. They just don't work for my skin, and they never seem to wear very well on me either. So yeah, that kind of sucks. I really wish I could make them work, but I do have other drugstore favorites, so it is what it is. Third foundation is the Dermablend Smooth Liquid Camo. I have worn this a handful of times since testing it out back in December. I probably would have reached for it more, but the shade has actually been too light for me since I got back from my vacation in February, and even at this point now, I'm not like tanned by any means anymore, but I'm not at my fairest, so it still is a little bit too dark for me. I did wear it the other day, but I had to bronze up significantly. It's not my favorite foundation, but I do really like it, and every time I do wear it, I am really happy with the results. I would still really recommend it if you have acne or anything significant that you want to cover, and you want something that's going to be safe if you do have any kind of like inflammation or skin conditions like acne or rosacea, something that makeup might irritate or make worse. Dermablend is a fantastic brand for that purpose because that's exactly what it's formulated for. Number 4 is the Stila Stay All Day foundation. I haven't worn this one since. It just oxidized so horribly on me. If you saw the first impressions, you already know it's just unwearable for me, so this is being added to my donation pile now, which is unfortunate because it actually did look really good on the skin before it oxidized, but hopefully this will work for someone. Oxidation is kind of a personal thing because it does depend on like the pH of your skin. Just because a product oxidized on me, it doesn't mean it will on everyone. Next, I've got the Pure Air Perfection CC Cushion with SPF 50. I have used this since and I really love it. It is hands down my favorite cushion product that I have ever tried. I love how it looks on my skin and the coverage it gives me. When I did try it out, I was a little bit concerned because it does have some fragrance in it, but I haven't had any issues with the fragrance irritating my skin or anything like that. My skin seems to be okay with it. Granted, I haven't worn it like every day for like a long period of time. The one thing that really sucks is this foundation really doesn't wear that well on me, and I think with my skin just getting progressively oilier after finishing Accutane, I don't know how much use I'm going to be able to get out of this. I will still try it out and everything this summer, and I'll just use it for days when I know I'm not going to have my makeup on for long periods of time. But if you have more like normal to dry skin and you want a CC cream that's going to have really good coverage, a high SPF, and be quite like hydrating and just beautiful on the skin, I would highly recommend this product. And that leaves us at the L'Oreal Total Cover Foundation. I actually really like this. I have been reaching for it quite a bit. My first impressions on this one was a bit pre-filmed, so by the time you guys saw the video, I had actually already been wearing it for a couple of weeks, and it's what I was wearing in my like recent batch of videos, like in my April favorites and everything. I'm not wearing it today though. I have been reaching for it quite a bit. I do have 2 different shades, but I don't have a perfect match for me now that my tan has significantly faded. The one thing though, with my skin getting oilier, once again, I don't know if that's like with the weather getting warmer or if it's just as the Accutane continues to leave my system, if it's just, you know, my natural oils building back up again. But even in like the past few weeks, I've noticed such a significant difference in my oil production. I am like getting back to my old like oil slick days. My face and my scalp have been so oily. But anyways, now that I am getting oilier, I feel like it's not lasting as well on me. It's not bad at all. I just have to be prepared to touch up throughout the day. I can still like get a full day of wear from this perfectly fine, but I do just get oilier. If I don't blot or touch up or anything throughout the day, I'm just very shiny and it will have settled into the creases of my nose a little bit. So I definitely would say this is not a product for everyone and every skin type. I would recommend it more if you're normal to combo. If you're quite oily like I am, you're probably not going to love this. It just depends. I'm really lazy when it comes to touching up. I hate touching up my makeup and I avoid it at all costs. If you're someone who like regularly blots and powders throughout the day, I think you'll be fine, but just something to keep in mind. It is still my favorite L'Oreal foundation that I have tried though, between this Pro Matte and Pro Glow. I did love the Pro Glow at the end of Accutane when my skin was so dry, because it just felt so nice on my skin and looked so glowy and made my skin look so healthy, but it does not work for me when my skin is oily and my like regular skin. Even when my skin was normal, when I tested that out, it didn't work for me. But yeah, I do like this. I will continue to use it. I just don't think it's necessarily for everyone. Those are my 6 foundations for this round of updates. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Once again, everything you need to know will be in the description bar down below, so be sure to check that out. And go follow me everywhere on social media. I am at Sarah Rihanna on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Once again, huge giveaway coming up very, very shortly. But that's going to be it for today. I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.